the vinyl leader.
Holy cow, Shane, you're a lifesaver. Well, that's going to be a fun 3 minutes for people. Guys, welcome to the Spinz Vinyl channel. Can you hear me now, Shane? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, there we go. I was bragging about how great we did for week 1, and then I start off with a muted stream. All good, all good. We have had some fun moments like that. If you were here for Wednesday, when we did a room tour, Brandon and I did a room tour. That show ended like the last 5 minutes were shenanigans. So we'll get all the technologies right. My apologies for being muted. What I was saying is where I did schedule this for 8 p.m. Central. Here I am at 6 p.m. Central. 6 p.m. Central is the actual time. So another mistake, but we will get through this. We just started going daily this week, which is pretty ambitious. So all things considered, I think we're doing all right. I wanted to say, I want to give you the schedule. That's what I was talking about. Monday is every week is going to be Your Brain on Vinyl. That's me and Chris talking all things records, talking about, latest releases, new series, or just sharing records and talking about them, stuff like that. Tuesday is going to be guest day or interview day. This week, Tuesday, was an hour with Felipe from the Jazz Bums, and we played a fun game afterward. We got into the Classic Series, the 2025 Classic Series, so that was super fun. Wednesdays is Turntable Tales. That's the video or the stream that I do with Brandon, Mr. Hall of Fame, the OG here on YouTube. As I said, this week we did a room tour, a live room tour for 2 hours. Unbelievable. First of all, if you know Brandon, you know his room is awesome. That was really cool. Somebody said it was like VC Cribs. I think I'm going to steal that. We might have to do a series out of it, VC Cribs. It really was. Thursday is Surface Noise. You guys know we appear here and on the Concert Buddy channel, and we rotate every other week. We do the A side and the B side. That's Surface Noise. Fridays, we'll do jazz. Probably we'll do jazz every week. So I'm going to do an hour of jazz today, and we'll take you right up to the Jazz Bums. The goal is to do a seamless switch and just take you right in there without you having to lift a finger. But there's a lot of moving parts again. So trying to get those guys on there, and we all have to click a button, and make it okay for us to receive each other's streams. So just waiting on that. If we get it in the next hour, I'll be sending you straight over there. If not, you're going to have to click to go over to the Jazz Bums. So my apologies. We'll get it by next week for sure, but I'll let you know how that goes. Today, lots of fun content I want to cover, and this is something I'm going to start doing more of, which is we're going to get into some upcoming reissue series, and then I'm going to cover some things that are dropping today as well. And so that'll be fun, and I'm going to show it to you all on screen. And then I'm going to show you 10 essential jazz classics. These are records that, for me, I think are essential to any collection. We'll talk about those. We'll get into them a little bit. And then if we have time, I had somebody that asked me about my 10-inch jazz collection, because I showed some of this stuff during the room tour. And there is some fun stuff here. So I figured if we have time, we'll do that. We'll make it an all jazz day, and we'll show off the 10-inch too. So without further ado, let me take you into this new series that is just starting. And Michael Fremer has a hand in this. And there was an interview the Jazz Bums conducted of Michael Fremer, and he talks about this. So I'm not going to get too deep into it because they did it. And but you can find that interview, and obviously Michael Fremer is way more qualified to talk about this stuff in great detail than I am. But this is cool. So they're getting the Strata East label is getting some love, and they're doing some reissues here, and they're starting with 4 great classic albums. You can see them here. So we've got Charles Tolliver, Stanley Cowell, Cecil McBee, and Jimmy Hobbs in the Live at Slugs Volume 1 and 2. They're doing a Pharoah Sanders record, which is that White Album. They're doing 2 is 1 Charlie Rouse, which people will know Charlie Rouse from the Thelonious Monk band. He was kind of a staple saxophone player in Thelonious Monk's band. And in fact, the Straight No Chaser documentary that they did on Monk features a lot of Charlie Rouse. He's phenomenal. So that's really cool. And then they're doing a Stanley Cowell solo piano, Musa, I guess that's pronounced. So this is cool. This is cool. Data East, getting these reissues. They're going to be AAA. Strata, sorry, I said Data. Strata East reissues. Strata East reissues. And they're AAA. And Michael Fremer has a hand in it. And so he gets into it in this article on Tracking Angle. I just want to kind of make you aware of it. My goal today isn't to like give you every single detail. But yeah, here's the Pharoah Sanders, Izifo Zam, My Gifts. That's cool, from the original analog tapes. And he gets into that. These are the 4 releases again. So that's really cool. And this is a series that hasn't got a lot of love, and it's good stuff. This is going to be stuff that's going to be more avant-garde, free jazz, that kind of stuff. And these are ones that are a little tougher to get. You know, they did some initially, this was a 70s, these were 70s, a 70s label. And they did about 50 albums when they came out. Post-bop, spiritual jazz, Afro jazz. Gil Scott-Heron did some stuff for them. So cool, really cool. This is something that a lot of people are been waiting for, and maybe didn't even know. This is something that wasn't even on my radar. So to see this coming is really cool, and I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, that's, again, check out the Tracking Angle site if this interests you. Check out the Jazz Bums. They interviewed Felipe. I think they just dropped their interview yesterday or day before, and that's really cool. So this is exciting. I'm hyped for that Charlie Rouse. That's going to be cool. And the Pharoah. I love Pharoah. If you sample some of this stuff, you're going to find this is going to be more free jazz. But if that's your thing, this is really cool stuff. Let's see. So then Dusty Groove. If you guys know Dusty Groove, these guys distribute vinyl records and other things. And there is this Actuel label, I guess it's pronounced. Another rare label. Again, this is going to be avant-garde. This is going to be free jazz. But this is really cool. This came on my radar because they're doing this Clifford Thornton record. Kechu Awa. Don't hate me. I'm not sure exactly how you pronounce this. But this is cool. And I sampled this today. It's out there. It's out there, but it's really cool. And a lot of this stuff will be. But you can see they put a lot of stuff out, and these are all available on the Dusty Groove website. So price is very, very nice here. We got $26, you know, $37 for the Cecil Taylor. That's a 2 LP. So Sun Ra, Archie Shepp, Cecil Taylor, Don Cherry, that kind of stuff. This is cool. Another one that wasn't really on my radar. Again, it came up because of the Clifford Thornton. So excited for this. For me, I ride that line. Like, I do love avant-garde. I don't generally go full free jazz, even though I'm a big Pharoah Sanders guy. I tend to like his more spiritual stuff. But this is cool. This is just cool to know about. So Vinyl and Kicks, what's up? Yeah, sorry, man. In fact, I messed up on the timing, dude. We were muted for 3 minutes today. We're working kinks out. But thanks for being here, man. Appreciate you. Yeah, Fridays is going to be 2 hours early. We're just going to be live for an hour today. I was just kind of showing you guys some of these new releases, and then we'll jump into showing some classic essential jazz. So that's cool. Oh, I wanted to show you, we got a video, so check this out. I hope you guys can hear this okay. Acoustic Sounds just dropped a video. You guys maybe haven't even caught it yet. Let's see. Through the magic of technology. There we go. Boom. So I hope you guys can hear this. I'm just going to play a couple seconds. You guys let me know if you can hear this okay. I'm going to play the video of today's drops for Acoustic Sounds, and then we can get into a little bit.
Hey, I'm Jonathan with Acoustic Sounds in Salina, Kansas, and today we're going to be going over the new releases for February 14th, 2025. First up, we have 2 new SA CDs in from the Analog Productions Atlantic 75 series, In Excess Kick and Bad Company Straight Shooter. And both of these titles were...
Yeah, Kick, that's cool. These are CDs. Oh, we froze. No. Why is that frozen? Help me out here. Help me out. Jeff. What is happening right now? All right, hold on. I'm going to try to fix this. If not, I'll just show you some screenshots. I thought I'd show you the video. I thought that'd be fun. I tried to bring you guys we try to go HQ high quality technology here, but unfortunately, sometimes it doesn't go as smooth as I would want it to. All right. Well, so here's Buena Vista Social Club. This is coming out. I think this is a 3 or 4 LP. This is going to come in a cool gatefold. This is dropping today or being sent out today. I know this is one that my guy Chris was really excited about. So that's going to be cool. So this is going out today. The next one, we got Stax, the Staple Singers. I'll Take You There. Respect Yourself. 45 RPM. This is dropping today. If you're interested, gets into the Sonny Rollins. Shipping now right here. And those are probably the big ones. Oh, so yeah, The Great Kai and JJ. That's right. So this is pre-ordered February 21 on this one. Blues and Ballads. Oh yeah, we talked about some of this stuff in my last Monday's video with I think it was that video with Chris. Some amazing blues stuff coming out from these guys. Chris swears by this Bluesville label. He's got me hype about it. I'm gonna have to start picking some of these up. So those are pre-ordering. And I guess there's just some other stuff in the store. Sorry about that. I wanted to play that video for you guys, but technical difficulties. What's up, Jeff? What's up, Wyoming Dave? Thanks for being here, man. Appreciate you guys. Wyoming, Dave, Vinyl and Kicks in the house. Thanks, you guys. All this stuff you showed us right up alley. Strata East put out top-notch LPs, in my opinion. Yeah, man. Again, that wasn't really on my my radar until I don't think I have one Strata East record, and they're tough to come by. So that's why it's so great they're going to start doing a reissue series. Let's do this. We're going to shift gears a little bit before I start showing some records. And I just kind of want to remind people about these movies. If you don't know about these yet, you got to check these out. Check this out, man. They're doing a Sly Lives movie. It's out on Hulu now. This is a Questlove joint. Questlove's been doing some great stuff. He's the one that did this movie right here, Summer of Soul. This is phenomenal. I believe this is streaming now on Hulu. Definitely check this out. This was an event that happened right around the time of Woodstock, just 100 miles south of Woodstock. Did not get any play or any love. And Questlove came around, got all the material together, put out a movie. It's phenomenal. Now he's doing Sly. So I'm hyped for this, man. Sly Stone getting some love. A nice little movie here. I've heard good things about it. So check that out. That is on Hulu now. Becoming Led Zeppelin, man. This is a movie that just dropped too. This is in theaters. This is exclusive to IMAX. I don't know if you guys have seen this yet, man. This is covering, I guess, the first 2 years of the first 2 records of Led Zeppelin. And it's all just old interviews and footage and stuff. If you're someone that's really into Zeppelin, and to the extent that you've already seen all the videos, some of the feedback is like, there's not a lot of new stuff here. But for someone like me, that even though I love Zeppelin, I'm not someone that goes out and watches all the old interviews and stuff. So this is going to bring it all into one place, kind of really present it well. And I am stoked for this. Complete Unknown. If you guys, obviously this came out Christmas Day. Can't talk about this, hype this enough, man. This is a biopic, obviously. Timothy Chalamet playing Bob Dylan in this, and man, it is awesome. Whether I'm not even a big Bob Dylan head, but I saw this movie just as a piece of cinema, as a piece of history. It's phenomenal. In fact, it could be that the less you know about Dylan, the less minutia you kind of get into with that, maybe the more you'll enjoy it. You're not going to be thinking like, oh man, they got that wrong, or why didn't they include this, or why is it only this era? And this is really the Bob Dylan going electric era, right? This is based on the book Dylan Goes Electric by Elijah Wald. So, man, this is awesome. And so that's why I wanted to throw it some shine. And, you know, in case for those that don't know this is out there, or if you're waiting for it to come out and stream it, go see this in the theater. It's so good. They did such a great job filming it. It's a big spectacle kind of film, I think. And it was just great seeing this in the theater. So highly recommended. I can look up that acoustic. That was okay. Sly destroys at the end. Really? Okay. I can't wait to see that. I know a little bit about Sly. He had his problems, unfortunately, man. But like a lot of these guys. But I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to that. So, all right. Let's switch things up a little bit. Those were some, you know, the reissue series. Again, go check out the Jazz Bums. Look for that Fremer video that just dropped in the last 2 days. He's going to get deep into that, the Strata East catalog. And that's really cool. They're doing 4 releases first. I think I should have given you guys the dates. I think it's going to be a month or so out, but I think they're coming out really soon. Okay. As promised, I want to go through 10 essential jazz albums in my mind. And we'll go through, these are some of my guys. If you've seen my channel, some of the stuff you may have seen, some not. But we'll just go right down the list. First off, my guy, Bobby Hutcherson. You guys know I love him. In fact, on Jazz Days, I got to go with the orange beanie right there so I can, you know, spread some love for Bobby Hutcherson. I love anything Bobby Hutcherson, just about anything. It's such high quality. This is Components. I don't think this one has gotten a recent reissue. This one, I don't think it's gotten a classic reissue yet. I don't think it's gotten a Tone Poet reissue. It probably would fall under the classic series. But this is when they did their Connoisseur LP series. Blue Note did. It's beautiful. They call it an audiophile pressing. It's 180 gram, master from the original analog source. If you can find these, they're a little pricey. That's why I'm really hoping this gets a reissue. I'm really hoping this gets a classic reissue. But Bobby Hutcherson Components, a phenomenal, phenomenal record. Freddie Hubbard on trumpet there. So we're already 2 steps into Out to Lunch land. I judge all albums by how much does the lineup, how close do they get to Out to Lunch? And this one's got Hubbard and Hutcherson on there. So we're close. James Spaulding on sax, Herbie Hancock on piano. Love Herbie. Ron Carter on bass, and Joe Chambers on drums. So this is a phenomenal lineup. It's fantastic. The side 1 is going to be all Bobby Hutcherson compositions. Side 2 is going to be all Joe Chambers compositions. I love when we get compositions by Bobby Hutcherson. We don't always, you know, he plays other people's stuff too. He covers jazz tunes. But when he really shines, my favorite albums are going to be the ones where he is composing and he is on this. So fantastic. Again, I know this is a little tougher to grab right now, but let's put some pressure on Blue Note, man. We got to get a classic series, maybe by next year on that one. So that's the first one. The second one is going to be a Freddie Hubbard album, which was recently reissued. And this one's gotten a few different reissues, but this one just came out, not just came out, but it's kind of the latest reissue on Music on Vinyl, if I can get the light there. And this is phenomenal. I mean, this is Red Clay. And this is Joe Henderson, Herbie again, Herbie Hancock on piano, Ron Carter again on bass. So here, this is actually, that's why I love this so much. We're part of the way to Components on this one. And then Lenny White as well. So this was like a 1970 record. So this is going to be, it's going to take you past like hard bop land and start getting you into avant-garde land and stuff like that. So this is really, really cool. Love this one. It comes on like a red clay colored wax if you get the Music on Vinyl one, which is kind of cool. You know, again, I've talked about it before. I'm not much of a colored vinyl guy, but it doesn't, to my way, at least to my ears, it doesn't really impact the quality of this. I think this sounds great. This might have a digital source. I'm not sure. So depending on how you feel about that, you might want to skip the Music on Vinyl and wait for another reissue, or pick up one of the other reissues or an original. Originals actually probably are not going to set you back that bad on these right now. We'll see what happens. But a fantastic album. Red Clay. The next one up, I want to shoot some love to Bill Evans and Sunday at the Village Vanguard. And this got an OJC reissue. So this one's pretty easy to pick up. This came out on Riverside. And it's got Scott LaFaro on bass. So Scott LaFaro, unfortunately, he lived to be 25 years old. And he was poised to be like the next superstar bass player. And people really, he was very highly regarded, and he did some work. I'm trying to think who else he did work with. Let's see. He did work with, he did Bill Evans. I'm not going to be able to find it now. But he worked with, Chet Baker, Stan Kenton, Cal Jader. So he worked around here and there. But Bill Evans, I guess he went with, so it was right after Bill Evans left Miles, is that when Scott LaFaro came in. So this is a great album. They did a whole, the sister album to this is Waltz for Debbie, for those that don't know. And they're both recorded live at the Village Vanguard. So get them both. They're both fantastic. But I love this one. Again, it's got the OJC, the original Jazz Classics reissue. So, it's just pretty easy to pick up without breaking the bank. So that's another one. I just think it's essential, man. I mean, anything Bill Evans, and Bill Evans has been getting a lot of love. Record Store Day. He's almost, people are maybe feeling like Bill Evans is getting a little oversaturated. I don't know. Maybe that's true. I get it. Every Record Store Day, they're coming out with some new unreleased live, double LP or whatever, but he's phenomenal, and that's a great one. Yeah, Wyoming. Check that one out, man. Check that one out. Freddie's always awesome, but that one's really cool. Another guy, and I think I talked about this guy a few days ago, but I want to highlight this album specifically. And this is going to be In the Orbit of Ra, Sun Ra right here. And this is a compilation album that was put together by Marshall Allen. And Marshall Allen, at least at the time this came out, was the most long tenured member of the Sun Ra band. And so I'm not sure if Marshall Allen is still going or not, but at the time this came out, I think he had like 55 years or something. And so a very credible resource for putting together a double LP of Sun Ra material. And this just covers a cross section of Ra's career. And it's really, really good. And it's really cool. Sun Ra can be, his catalog can be a little intimidating or a little convoluted sometimes. He's gotten some bad reissues. Originals are extremely pricey. And so to get something like this, especially for maybe the more, either the casual listener or the new listener, this is going to be clutch. This is just a really good double LP right here, In the Orbit of Ra. Whoa, are you serious, Jeff? I didn't know that. Wow, still going. So what has he got, like 70 years now? I'm sorry if I'm breaking up, guys. I'm seeing myself as like freezing on my screen. Sorry about that. Jeff, also, he's got his first solo album coming out. Wow, that's crazy. We should all be so lucky at 100, man. Let's give some love to another guy. This is going to go back, but this is Count Basie. Count Basie goes way back, right? People might think big band Count Basie. I don't want, I get it. It's Count Basie, but it's big band stuff. I don't want to go back that far. He had some fantastic 50s and 60s groups. He also, Quincy Jones started out with Count Basie, not only as a composer and arranger, but also as a trumpet player. And he's not in this band, I don't think. But this is phenomenal. This is, and I've shown this a couple times, this is at the Sands before Frank. So Frank being Frank Sinatra. And you guys might be familiar with the Frank Sinatra albums that he did live at the Sands with Basie backing his band or backing his singing. But what's cool is they would record the session before Frank would come out. The mics were running, and Basie would perform before Frank came out, and they collected that here on these 2 LPs. And this is so kick-ass. It's very high quality in terms of it just sounds good and rich. It's a high fidelity record, I would say, for this kind of music. And the content is just second to none. There's some amazing solos on here. Bassy live, man, at the Sands. I love anything bassy. Anytime I have a chance to talk bassy, I do it. But this is one that I could confidently recommend to people that maybe aren't even really into that stuff. This is phenomenal. So definitely check that one out. Let's see. I'm hearing from Felipe, the Jazz Bums, right now. I'm trying to get you guys moved over there automatically at the top of the hour. We'll see if we can get there. Thanks, Felipe, for working on that. Next one to show some love to, and this just got a reissue, so I got to show some love for Pharoah Sanders. This is Loving Us All. If you know Pharoah Sanders, you know he can be a polarizing cat. His music can musically, because he can go from beautiful, spiritual, long, just to extremely challenging free jazz. And so depending on what side of the fence you're on, you kind of get two different Pharoah Sanders oftentimes. This record is no exception. Side one is my side. That's going to be, you know, beautiful avant-garde vibe, just the whole side. You just set it on, put on your slippers, your smoking shoes, your pipe, get a brandy, whatever, chill out and listen to side one. If you're more of a, if you like your free jazz more and you like his free side, flip it over to side two. You're not going to be disappointed. Lots of free jazz on that side of it. So, but this just recently was reissued, and these are popping up now on Discogs, not overly pricey. Probably get these for like 40, 50 bucks, something like that. And this is one that I think people have been championing that bid it for the long time. Pharoah's has been recently, they've been trickling and getting his original issued stuff out after a long time of not having reissues. So it's kind of nice. So this is one that we were all waiting for, and it's out now. So Loving Us All, definitely check that one out. Oh, really? I know Wyoming, man. You find a lot of jazz out there, and so he's not seeing the Pharoah. Pharoah's tough to come by. I mean, Alice Coltrane, another one, tough, and they're finally reissuing that stuff over the last few years. So that's nice. All right, let's talk about my guy. I can't talk about 10 Essential Records without talking about Eric Dolphy, Out to Lunch. It almost doesn't matter what pressing you have. I did a shootout with this. I had a Japanese press. I had the classic series. I did this one, which is the 45 RPM double LP Music Matters. But I also have a second release from like 1968, I think it came out. Early issue. They all sound good. They all sound a little different. So some are going to, boost the top end a little. Some are going to boost the bottom end more. This is more of adding some bass in and maybe obscuring some of that high end ever so slightly. Unfortunately, and I'd go into it in my shootout. You guys can find it on my channel. There's so much dynamic range on this record that whenever you play with it a little bit, you start to lose something. And that's a problem with just reissuing these records in general. But it's still an essential album. Grab the classic series. I mean, for 30 bucks or less, you're going to be in full avant-garde, the best, in my opinion, avant-garde album of all time. The best jazz album, in my opinion. My favorite jazz album. Bobby Hutcherson is on here. He's my guy. Richard Davis, Anthony Williams on drums, and Freddie Hubbard on trumpets. So Out to Lunch. What can I tell you? I mean, I got the poster right there. So I can't, anytime I have a chance to talk about this. But I do want to spotlight, though, like if you see this, it's pretty safe to grab it. This is one that I think is pretty consistently pressed. And that's good news. And again, it got a classic series, so there's no excuse. You got to grab that classic series if you can. Jeff Myers, one of my favorites. Yeah, glad to hear that, man. I love it. I love it. Welcome to that Out to Lunch Club, baby. Yeah, Blue Note Classic. It's all you need. It really is. It really is. That was the most surprising thing when I did the shootout. I was sort of going into it thinking, okay, I'm going to have to apologize for the classic series. And you don't have to. It's amazing. It's amazing. Want to shine some love on this. And this is probably a lesser known record. This is a record called Planets from Masaru Imada, a Japanese piano player. This got a reissue in the last couple years. I think this is when did this come out? I think 70s. This came out. Let's see if I can find it here. Maybe 80s. I can't find it. But this is fantastic. If you are a piano guy, a jazz piano guy, this is really, really cool. He's amazing. He's got his own style, his own flavor. So it's going to be different than anything that you've heard probably. And it's going to be top notch. I mean, when I put this thing on, like, it's very impressive, very well recorded, sounds really good. I'm not sure who did the reissue on this, but you can find it. It says Jazz Rack maybe, but it sounds fine. I mean, it's not a label I think I've heard of. There's the label there, but it's really great. First Planets on Blue Road, Planets, Masaru Imada. So just kind of want to throw some shine on that. A lot of people might not be familiar. Also, cool cover, but a fantastic piano player. In fact, I'm trying to, see if he's got other work that I might need to pick up, but fantastic. So Planets, Masaru Imada. All right. Jeff, I bought the best of Pharoah Sanders WLP on Impulse from 72 for about 20 bucks. Has all of Karma and a whole second album. A very affordable way to get great Pharoah for cheap. Pro tip right there. Very nice. Yeah, I love Pharoah. Any way you can get his music. I mean, like I said, fortunately, they've been slowly reissuing his catalog. But yeah, I mean, it's so good. I'm going to show 3 records because I can't show one. These are all going to be, first of all 3 of these records by the same artist. All 3 of these records are live. All 3 of these records get like 9 out of 10 wherever you check, whether it's All Music, Penguin Guide to Jazz. These are top notch. So I had to do them all because I love them all. It was impossible to pick one. My guy Thelonious Monk. 2 of these got OJC reissues. This is on Columbia. So I'm not sure when the latest version of this has come out, but it has, you can pick this up fairly affordably. This is big band and quartet in concert right here. It's so good. If you like Thelonious Monk, you know what it is, right? This is fantastic. Bebop. He is his own person. When I think jazz, he's sometimes just the first name that pops into my head because you almost can't have, it's like they're just hand in hand, jazz and Monk. It's the same thing, but this is in concert, big band and quartet. Kind of cool. I like this too, because it puts him in a big band in part of this. And that's really cool. And it sounds great. Hearing some of his stuff that way. And so definitely recommend that one. These 2 came out on Riverside. They both have OJC reissues. And the first one is going to be Town Hall. Another one, 9 out of 10. This is a fantastic album. Live, it's a great band. It's a middle. This is kind of a big band. There's maybe 7 or 8 people here in the ensemble. Just awesome. Just awesome. Thelonious Monk. I love his live stuff. I mean, I love his studio stuff too, but man, I always go back to these. So Town Hall, again, that's on OJC, and another OJC here came out on Riverside. Is going to be At the Blackhawk. So this is quartet plus 2. So, again, a little bit bigger band here. OJC originally on Riverside, At the Blackhawk, 9 out of 10. I mean, it's hard to pick between these. All 3 are fantastic. So if you like Monk, live Monk, this has Harold Land, Charlie Rouse, Billy Higgins on drums. I mean, real nice ensemble as well. So definitely check these out. Cesar in the house. What's up, Cesar? Good to see you, man. Thanks for being here. Note Santones. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Reissue of Planets 2022. There you go. Yeah, fantastic record, man. Highly recommended. All right. Let me go to another one of my guys. If you guys watch my channel, I talk about this guy a lot. And he's a guy that, man, I'm trying to keep him from falling into obscurity because he's contemporary with Charlie Parker. And, some of these guys just aren't getting the love. I get it. It's bebop. I know the recordings aren't audiophile, but these are really great. I'm going to show you 3 because when they did the CD release, or if you stream this, they took all three of these records and kind of put it into one big one. And it's going to be Burke's Works. So if you look, Dizzy Gillespie, if you look up Dizzy Gillespie, Burke's Works, again, if you look at it digitally, you're going to see that it's a compilation of basically 3 records, and I'm going to show all 3 of them. Dizzy is my freaking guy, man. He's the man. If anyone's topped him. You know, he might be equaled, but I don't think he's been topped. And he's so great. And you get that early stuff. It's really cool. But he's another guy that went into the 60s and 70s, even the 80s, doing his thing, and, you know, stays, you know, I don't say stays contemporary, you know, but doing his thing even into more modern jazz. This stuff is fantastic. So the 3 records are going to be Burke's Works. This one is Dizzy in Greece. So they took 2 tracks off of this one as well when they did the digital reissue. And then World Statesman. It's a Japanese press with the Obi strip. So that's kind of cool. These all came out on Verve. Hopefully these will get reissues. I mean, we know that they're doing the Verve Impulse reissues. And so it'd be really nice to get some Dizzy. I don't think they've done any Dizzy. And these are perfect candidates. Do the whole Burke's Works thing. You know, these 3 releases, they're phenomenal. So I would definitely check these out. If you know Dizzy Gillespie, he's my guy. I got to give him some love because him and Charlie Parker are just at risk of kind of falling into obscurity. And these are the OGs, man. Thanks, Wyoming Dave. So that was it. That was 10. That's okay. Wyoming Dave hits me up and he's like, dude, show those 10-inch that you got there. Because I did a room tour the other day and I kind of just hinted at the fact that I have some jazz 10-inch. Let's go through these. There's some fun ones here. Anytime I pull these out or I drop the needle on one, I think, man, I want more of these. I want to start getting a bigger collection of 10-inch. It's really cool. I'll show you an example one, kick it right off, of a record that has an LP. The 10-inch is the same content because there was not a lot of, you know, tracks on the LP, but it's Tour de Force, Sonny Rollins. This one's really cool because it's a special record. You had to purchase 2 other records, and I don't know if they gave you a coupon or whatever it was, but then they would send you one of these. This is way more scarce than I knew. When I looked it up today, there's like 1 of these on Discogs. It's very scarce. What it was the series that they did, the Modern Jazz Collector Items. So if you know about that, they did a Miles version. Volume 2 is all Miles. And then Volume 1 is more of a compilation. So when you bought those, you would get access to this, the 10-inch Tour de Force Sonny Rollins, which again is just like the LP. There's the label. It's really cool on Top Rank. See if I can get that for you. There you go. Really cool label. So that's super fun, man. Really, when I saw that it was so scarce, I was like, okay, I'm glad I haven't sold this one. Keep it in the collection. I mean, I'm a Sonny head already. I love Sonny Rollins, but that's kind of a fun one. And then another cool one, they do reissue 10-inch. For people that don't know, Blue Note has been reissuing some of their 10-inch series. I don't know how many they've done, but they've done Miles. They did the Miles Davis, which, you know, most people know he only did a very little work for Blue Note. They did 2 volumes of his work back in the day, and he got one. I don't have the Miles anymore. I used to have it, but they did this one, J.J. Johnson. This one's got Clifford Brown on it, trombone player, Jimmy Heath, John Lewis, Percy Heath, and Kenny Clark on this one. And it's really cool and it's fun, you know, having it on a 10-inch. You know, you've got the Blue Note label there and stuff. I like these because sometimes you don't need. Sometimes I just want a short hit of jazz, you know, or something. And it's, you know, I flip it once and we get through it. It's like, you know, half hour, maybe a little less. It's just what I needed. And so it's a fun way kind of to own some of this stuff. So J.J. Johnson, that's a cool one. And again, these have been reissued. Here's another early, I don't know if this has been a reissue. This is a Blue Note, so maybe it has. But this is Wynton Kelly on this one. And this is an original, but this may have been reissued. But this is cool. New Faces, New Sounds, the series that they did. I don't know if it was just a 10-inch series. It might have been. And they did some other titles in this series. But Wynton Kelly right there. That's a cool one. And Blue Note, obviously. So that is fun. Okay, so this is we'll get away from Blue Note a little bit. I'll just show you some of the other stuff I have. This one I just want to throw at you real quick. This is cool. I used to be a huge World War II buff. Like in my 30s, for whatever reason, my late 20s, early 30s, I was like watching all the World War II films. I was really into like big band music from the era. I would even collect certain things off like eBay, and I was kind of a nut about it. This is cool for that reason. So this is going to be Marlene Dietrich, OSS, and this is her singing American songs in German, and it's got her in the, she's all dressed up there like a GI and stuff like that. So that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. On the Black Columbia label. So it kind of, puts you in the mood there if you want, get some work, you're feeling the itch to, whatever, get into some World War II stuff or that era. I got a couple Frank Sinatras here. So the first one's going to be Fabulous Frankie on the RCA label. Love Frank Sinatra. There he is in all his glory back in the day when he's just a kid. That's on a cool silver RCA label. And this is great stuff. I mean, it's a great little compilation of his work. I think this did get an I think both of these got LP releases too, probably with added tracks. But there's that one. The other one, I love this cover. I Got a Crush on You, Frank Sinatra. Really cool. And this, I know this one has the LP release because it's got the same art, but it might be cropped or something. But great stuff. And that has on the red Columbia. So yeah, most of these are going to be like 50s and 60s that I show. Some of these I might just blow through here, but we got Patty Page Sings Let's Get Away From It All. That's cool. The fun thing about these two, and especially this collection that I have, is they all have different labels. So there's a red Mercury label. Try to get that so it doesn't glare too much. So that's fun, but that's really cool. We do have some big band here. So I do have some Glenn Miller on 10-inch. There is Sunrise Serenade. And then we got Glenn Miller Concert, Treasury of Immortal Performances on 10-inch. And they have cool, there's the black RCA label, silver RCA label. So that's cool. This one's got 1 O'Clock Jump. That was Basie's big tune. And then Stan Kenton and June Christie duet right there. That's pretty cool on Capitol. This one got the purple Capitol label. So some nice, oh, let me fix that. Some nice stuff on there. Oh my gosh, that's why. Sorry, guys. Bear with me 1 second. Bear with me 1 second. So sorry. I tried to sort that out before we went live. All right, I'm still here. Here we go. I'm going to bring myself back. Don't worry. Here we go. Boom. Sorry about that. More technology, more problems. There's a rap song like that, right? But they don't say technology. All right. Let's keep it rolling. This is cool. Lionel Hampton All-Stars, Stardust, The Man I Love right there. So cool little 10-inch. Again, a different, this one's on the green Decca. So I just love all these different labels that we got going here. Nat King Cole, songs by Nat King Cole right there. That's cool. Love Nat King Cole. That's on the Capitol label. So a little different. And a lot of these have like the, the flip over sleeves and stuff, which is really cool. All right, here's my guy again, Count Basie. This is a Basie Bash on 10-inch. Loved Count Basie, of course. And then we got the new and the old. So the old Count, the new Count. That's cool. And that's on the Epic label. So before Michael Jackson took over the Epic label, we had Count Basie, which is kind of funny because, as I said, Quincy Jones was part of the Count Basie band and an arranger for Count Basie, and then he did Off the Wall and Thriller for MJ. So both on the Epic label. So there's that. And then this other Basie's on a 6i Columbia, so that's pretty cool too. And then we got a couple by Dave Brubeck. So Jazz at Oberlin. This one you guys probably seen. This is Get an LP. This is a abbreviated version of that LP. I'll show you I want to show you the wax on both of these because it's really cool. And then we got College of the Pacific right there, Dave Brubeck. So that's really cool as well. But what's really fun about these is that when they put out these fantasies on 10-inch, they did them in colored translucent wax. And man, it is beautiful. So there's that one, Jazz at Oberlin. Just really cool. I don't know how well that's showing up, but it's really, really neat. Red and the other one's almost cooler. The other one's on green translucent. And it's just really cool, man. I wish they would go back to this, man. That's so fun. I'm not a big colored wax person, but on these, you don't, these old 10-inches, I mean, look, it's not gonna mess with the fidelity. And plus, these are like translucent. I feel like, they're not like the Starburst or Swirls or anything. And so they sound fine. So those are fun. We got more Dizzy Gillespie here. Dizzy Gillespie plays. This is cool because it's basically a lot of his early stuff, the great stuff. Groovin' High, Dizzy Atmosphere, Things to Come. He beeped when he should have bopped. Love that tune. And then One Bass Hit is on here. So a lot of good early Basie on that Allegro Elite label, which is cool. And now the old school. And I know this is an old one. I don't know when this came out, man, but it's obviously old. And this is Louis Armstrong Classics on Brunswick, the Brunswick label. And you can see that, and hopefully that's coming out, but yeah, that Brunswick label is old school. So that's cool. And then a couple compilation. These are actually the same album. They're just, I have two for whatever reason. They're different colors. But this is a cool little compilation of early bebop stuff. So Jazz Tone Society, Jazz Sampler. This has guys like Sidney Bechet, Red Norvo, Charlie Parker, Art Tatum on piano, Buck Clayton, Coleman Hawkins, Jack Teagarden, Errol Garner, Woody Herman, and Rex Stewart. So that's really cool. And they got their own Jazz Tone label, which is cool too. So that's a fun one. The last ones I'm going to show in 10-inch land might seem silly to some people, but I love Jackie Gleason. Jackie Gleason, I always knew him from the Honeymooners, right? Ralph Cramden from the Honeymooners, or you might know him from Smokey and the Bandit, right? As the angry, pissed off sheriff chasing the bandit around that whole movie. But he was also an arranger, and so I have a couple. And the last one I'm going to show is probably my favorite 10-inch. But so, and these are, if you know Jackie, or if you don't, I mean, these are considered two of his bigger records. And so Music for Lovers, his stuff's going to be very sentimental. This is orchestra music. There's strings, accompaniments, and all that stuff. Music for Lovers. Again, if you listen to the Honeymooners music that plays, oftentimes it will be Jackie Gleason arrangements. And so if you're familiar with that, then you're familiar with this, because this is the same kind of stuff that's on the Purple Capitol. And then he did a musical and a dance production called Tawny, and that's this one right here, Tawny, Jackie Gleason. Same kind of deal, same kind of music, Purple Capitol label. And then this one is my pride and joy because I'm such a Jackie Gleason guy. I didn't buy this for the music, but if you like Jackie Gleason, man, just check that out. This really iconic shot of Jackie here. with the crazy red plaid suit and all that stuff. And it's all these characters that he played, right? Joe the bartender, the Honeymooners, where he played Ralph Cramden, the Poor Soul, Reginald Van Gleason. I know a lot of people are tuning out right now, but if you know, man, this is cool. The music on this is basically show tunes. I think, like, as each character, it's him, I think, singing, and it's one of those kind of deals. I don't care. I love the freaking cover. It's so cool. And away we go, baby. So that's that. That's the 10-inch collection. Let me go through some of these comments. Wyoming Cool Green Deca. Thanks, Wyoming Dave, man. Thanks for being here. Fantasy made red vinyl albums. Yeah. That translucence is so cool. I thought this didn't start off until 6. Hey, I'm so sorry. That's my bad, dude. I scheduled it late. But reason I'm going live. So for future reference, 8 p.m. Central. Am I saying that right? 6 p.m. Central. 6 p.m. Central on Fridays. Reason being, the Jazz Bums go on an hour later. And so the whole goal was to kind of talk some jazz on Fridays and kind of just segue you right into the Jazz Bums. So sorry, mistakes were made today. Having said that, this has been my first week. We went live every single day. And so, mistakes were made, but we correct. It'll get better as we go along. Today's show started out with 3 minutes of silence because I was muted. And then my camera went off because the card was full, and I set the time wrong and all that stuff. But thanks for being here anyway, guys. How sweet it is, Jeff. Absolutely. When I was in high school, my friend and I wrote a song for him when he died. Oh, that's cool, man. That's cool. Yeah. Jackie Gleason, the biggest guy in Hollywood, as he used to say of himself. The double entendre there. Well, let's see. I want to check. Let me just check the, we are getting close to the top of the hour. I don't want you guys to miss the Jazz Bums. Let me see if our technology is in good shape here, because it takes both of us YouTubers having to make the connection for this to happen. Let's see. I know Felipe's been working on this. Let's see if we got it. Oh, that's cool, Jeff. Heck yeah, man. Final Lounge, what's up, baby? You caught us right at the end, but you can scrub back and start at the 3-minute point, because I was muted for the first 3 minutes, so you didn't miss anything. Okay, come on, there we go. All right, let me check. I want to see, because we are getting top of the hour. The whole purpose of doing Fridays was to do an hour of jazz and get you guys over to the Jazz Bums. To make that happen, though, it takes us both hitting the switch, the Jazz Bums and Spinz Vinyl. So let me see if we got that working. If we don't, it's all good. We'll sign off, and then you guys will just have to do it manually. I know that's Stone Age, but let's see what we got here. I know Felipe is working hard on this. Let's see if we got it. Come on, YouTube. Hope everyone's having today's Friday, man. The weekend is here. Hope everyone had a good day. Everyone has a great weekend. It's weird here where we are. We're in Portland. Occasionally we get snow in Oregon, in our neck of the woods. It's usually a day or two out of the year, something like that. Nothing major. But when we do get it, everything gets locked down, right? We're not prepared. So that's kind of where we're sitting right now. So I'm sure everything will melt in the next day or two. But hopefully everyone else is safe and sound. Okay. Oh, I think we're good. Ooh, this might work, guys. That'll be fun. Okay. I think we made the connection. Upcoming Friday Night Live, Felipe live at the Village Vanguard, the Jazz Bums. Cool. Okay. Well, we got 3 minutes. Any questions? Is anybody want to see anything, talk about anything? Or does anyone, I don't know, have you guys been watching this week? I mean, going to a daily format. As I said, Mondays are still going to be me and Chris. That's going to be your brain on vinyl. Tuesdays is going to be an hour of me and then an hour with a guest or an interviewee. And that was cool. We did, Felipe did the interview this week. So we talked to him. That was a great interview. That happened Tuesday. Wednesday is Turntable Tales. That's me and Brandon, the Hall of Famer. We did room tours this week. That was pretty epic. You guys got to check that out. Brandon, if you don't know, the Hall of Famer has the most incredible room. And he showed it in great detail on Wednesday. So that's a fun one. Thursday, of course, is Surface Noise. We do Surface Noise. So the A side and the B side. This week was the B side. That was yesterday. And today's Friday. Friday is an hour leading you into the Jazz Bums. So yeah, definitely, Jeff. I appreciate that. I would love to hear that, man. I would love to hear that. So you actually, at first I thought maybe you, when you said wrote a song, I didn't know you actually performed it too, man. That's cool. And you have a copy of it. That's great. So we'll be back Monday. Monday will be, actually, I should tell you this, is on the weekends, I do live auctions on Whatnot. So if you're interested, check those out. They're really fun. A lot of times I do mystery bags, a lot of Japanese pressings, all in really great condition, all fairly priced. So if you're interested in that, you can check out Spinz Vinyl on Whatnot. Monday, I'll be back with Chris for Your Brain on Vinyl. Tuesdays are another interview. And I think Chance, the concert buddy, is lined up for that day. So that'll be fun. We'll get an hour with Chance. And then Wednesday will be me and Brandon again, et cetera, et cetera. So that'll be cool. And next week's going to be another fun week. On the 4-track, Jeff. I love it. I love it. When was that? When did he pass? Did he make it into the 2000s, or was that more like a 90s thing? Thanks, AA. We're at 4:59, guys. Don't go anywhere. Even when I sign off, if this all works the way it's supposed to, you guys are going to end up on the Jazz Bums channel as soon as you leave here. So that's pretty cool. 84 or 5. Okay. Oh, there's the alarm. All right, guys. This was fun. This was fun. Despite, I get a little frazzled when like technologies go wonky, but it's all a learning process. We're going to tighten things up for next week. So this was fun. Thanks everyone for being here. I appreciate you. Have a great weekend. Maybe we'll see you on Whatnot, maybe not. And we'll see you on Monday. I appreciate it, guys. Have a great weekend. Don't go anywhere. We're going to drop you off right at the Jazz Bums. Here we go.